Every pleasant morning to everybody. I hope this is the third part, right? Even in the some part, listen it very carefully. Why I am giving some more points. Again, I am repeating. Most of the people are the doubt. So rewatch it. So only I am only repeating it again and again. Fine. Okay. And the third part we are going to. We can find how number of protons are there, how number of எவ்வளோ ப்ரோட்டான்ஸ் இருக்குது எவ்வளோ நியூட்ரான்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு கால்குலேட் பண்ணிட்டோம். But we have not find how to find the number of electrons. For that only this part I am recording. Listen it very carefully. In a whole, what is the charge of an atom? The charge of the atom is neutral only. The charge of an atom is neutral. That means what? Zero. I am correct. How the zero will come? I can give plus 1 is a proton. So how to make it as a 0? You have to minus 1. Then only 0 will come. I am correct. For example, if there is plus 3, then how to make it as a 0? We have to have minus 3, then only the total 0 will come. So if the total number of protons is equal to the total number of electrons, then the atom is considered to be the neutral. Puriyum? I hope some other students will not able to understand it. I can give you an example. Now sodium is there. Okay. Below number represent the atomic number. Above number represent the mass number. Now for time being, don't consider the mass number. இப்போ atomic number மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கலாம். What the atomic number will give? What the atomic number will give? Atomic number will give the number of protons. So there are 11 protons are there. I am correct? Okay. So what is the proton? Proton have the positive charge. So it will have 11 positive. Or other thing, in other ways how we can take the 11 proton can be represented as plus 11 in a number. 11 positive, that means 11, 1, 2, 11 protons are there. The number 11 is there. I hope you will understand it. There are 11 protons, 11 positive charge are there. Okay, that means 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus. That means you can be able to understand, right? For example, 3 proton, 1 plus 1 plus 1 are there. If there is 4 proton, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 4 are there. If there is 6 proton, then 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Then 6 positive charges are there. Each positive charge can be represented by plus 1. So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 protons are there. I am correct? So like the 11 protons, we will have 1 plus 1, like that 11 will have. Okay, so only 11 proton I am giving as plus 11. Even I can give you an example. For example, 3 proton. There are 3 positive charges are there. Each positive charges are giving values of plus 1. So plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. First proton will have positive. 3 protons are there. Inside the 3 proton, there are 1 proton, 1 proton, 1 proton. I correct, right? 3 proton இருக்கு. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? 3 different. ஒவ்வொரு புரோட்டானுக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு சார்ஜ். First proton will have plus 1. Another proton will also have plus 1. Another proton will also have plus 1. So totally 3 protons. So 3 proton and என்னன்னு சொல்லலாம் plus 3 அப்படின்னு represent பண்ணலாம். In a mathematics. Okay, like the same way இப்போ 11 ப்ரோட்டான்ஸ் இருக்குது, அதை நான் +11 டினோட் பண்ணுறேன். இப்போது இது நான் வந்து 0 ஆக்கணும். How you can make the +11 as a 0? You have to subtract -11, then will become 0, right? This positive charge represent the proton and this negative charge represent the electron. So 11 protons இருந்துச்சுன்னா அங்க 11 electrons இருக்கும். So that only the atom will become neutral. 0. This is always the atom charge is 0. நான் சொல்றத தெளிவாக கவனமாக கேளு, ஓகேவா? இப்போது ஒரு எலமெண்ட் ஒன்ட்டு கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் இப்போ என்ன ஒரு எலமெண்ட் உனக்கு சிம்பிளான எலமெண்ட் தரேன். லித்தியம், அதனுடைய அட்டாமிக் நம்பர் 3, ஓகேவா? இப்போதைக்கு மாஸ், டோன்ட் கன்சிடர் தி மாஸ் நம்பர். ஸோ 3 protons are there, ஓகேவா? இந்த 3, there are 3 protons. That means what? It will have 1 proton, 1 proton, 1 proton. I am correct? So totally 3 protons are there. எல்லா டவுட் இருக்கா? 3 proton இருக்குன்னா ஒரு proton, ஒவ்வொரு proton நான் எடுத்துக்கிறேன், கரெக்டா? Because the proton will have positive charge. First ஒரு proton இருந்துச்சுன்னா அங்கே +1 இருக்கும், ஓகேவா? அப்போ இங்கே 3 proton இருக்கு. ஸோ ஃபஸ்ட்டு proton, செகண்ட் proton, லைக் தட் will have, ஓகேவா? I think 3 protons. இந்த 3ங்கிற நம்பரை நான் பிரிக்கிறேன். எப்படி பிரிக்கலாம்? 1 1 1. இந்த மூணையுமே நான் என்ன பண்ணணும்? இந்த மூணையுமே நான் ஆட் பண்ணணும், கரெக்டாக? லைக் 1 + 1 + 1 தான் எனக்கு என்னன்னு கிடைக்கும்? 3ன்னு கிடைக்கும். அதே மாதிரி இந்த 3 புரோட்டானை நான் 3ஆக பிரிக்கிறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் proton, second proton, third proton. Each will have the 1 1 proton. இது மூணு. So this proton will have +1 charge. This proton will have +1 charge. This proton will also have the +1 charge. So totally we have to add this. So what we gave? So 3 proton will have +3 charge. ரொம்ப easy. For example, if there are 100 protons are there, then now what will the number? +100 will be there. If there are 20 protons are there, okay, then what the number will have? +20 will be the number. Because inside the 20 proton, how many protons are there? 20 proton இருக்கு. அதான் அர்த்தம். 2 proton இருக்கு. அதை நான் ஏன் திருப்பி சொல்லனா, so that you can able to understand, ஓகேவா? 2 proton இருக்கு அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? இந்த 2 proton இருக்கு அப்படின்னா இதை நான் 2ஆக பிரிக்கலாம். இங்கே ஒரு புரோட்டான், இங்கே ஒரு புரோட்டான். இந்த 2 புரோட்டானையும் நான் ஆட் பண்ணணும். அப்படி ஆட் பண்ணால் தான் எனக்கு இந்த நம்பர் கிடைக்கும். இப்போது ஒரு புரோட்டானுடைய சார்ஜ் வந்து +1 அப்படிங்கிறது நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும். அப்போது இன்னொரு புரோட்டானும் இருக்குது, அதுக்கும் சார்ஜ் வந்து +1. இதை ரெண்டையும் ஆட் பண்ணால் தான் எனக்கு 2 புரோட்டான் கிடைக்கும். அப்போது 2 புரோட்டானுக்கு +1 +1 gives +2. ஓகேவா? சிம்பிளாக எத்தனை சொல்லலாம்? 11 ப்ரோட்டான்ஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா +11 சார்ஜஸ் இருக்குதுன்னு சொல்லலாம். 20 ப்ரோட்டான்ஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா +20 சார்ஜஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லலாம். இப்போது இந்த +11 ப்ரோட்டான்ஸை, +11ங்கிற ஒரு நம்பரை I have to make it as a 0. So we have to put x, right? ஏன்னா எனக்கு மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் எனக்கு தெரியல, ஈஸி தான். How to make +11 as a 0? Right hand side எனக்கு 0 தான் வேணும், because this is a charge of an atom. So we have to subtract -11. +11 -11 gives 0. Plus is the protons and negative is the electrons. So in an atom, the number of what? Proton is equal to the number of electrons. எப்பயுமே ஒரு ஆட்டமில் எவ்வளோ ப்ரோட்டான்ஸ் இருக்கோ அவ்வளோ எலக்ட்ரான்ஸாக இருக்கும். which number gives the protons? Atomic number will give the protons. So there is a sodium 11 23. Here we'll have 11 proton, 11 electron. So +11, this, because the electron charge is -1. One electron will have -1 because the electron charge is negative. how to represent a negative? இந்த நெகட்டிவ் நம்பரில் தான் ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணுவோம். ஒரு புரோட்டானுங்கிறது பாசிட்டிவ் சார்ஜ், புரோட்டான் will பாசிட்டிவ் சார்ஜ். ஸோ ஒரு புரோட்டான் will +1 பாசிட்டிவ் சார்ஜ் because proton is a positive charge. Okay va, like the same thing if one electron will have -1 because electron charge is what? Negative. So if there is 11 proton and 11 electron, what will happen? Here will have +11, here will have -11. So when we add these two, we get 0. So this is the charge of an atom. So in the Na, we'll have 11 protons and the 11 electrons. Okay, pa. Now, not all the atoms are, even every atom is a neutral, but the atom will not exist. அது ஆட்டமாகவே இருக்காது. It will become the ion. either ஒன்று புரோட்டான் அதிகமாக இருக்கலாம், இல்லை எலக்ட்ரான் கம்மியாக இருக்கலாம். அதை எப்படி ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணுறது அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம இந்த வீடியோவில் பார்க்கலாம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், Na+1 is different from Na. இப்போ எதுவுமே இல்லை, so that I am putting 0 because it is a neutral. So you know, right? 11 proton and the 11 electron. So the net charge is 0. I am correct? Na அப்படின்னு எதுவுமே போடலை, so I make it as a 0 because it is a neutral. The number is 11. So we can say +11 and the -11 are 0. That means what? 11 protons, 11 electrons are there. Okay, va? But I am putting Na+1. Okay, va? This atomic number we can't change. ஒரு element, for any element, it is not possible for anybody in the world to change the atomic number. We can change the number of electrons only. Okay, இப்போ எனக்கு என்ன வரணும்? ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடில் +1 வரணும். We get +11. So how to we'll get +1? We have to -10 only. +11 -10 will give +1. That means what? In Na+1, simply +1 means proton. One proton is more than, okay va, is more than electron. And this, how this one will come? Because of this positive charge we are creating as proton. So Na+1 will have one proton higher, so we can represent it as Na+1 11. We can say it as 11 proton, we get +11. 10 electron, we get -10. So +11 -10 gives 1. So 11 protons and 10 electrons are there. One proton is higher, so only we are representing. Let me give an example. Chlorine 17 is there. That means what? In that chlorine we can put -1. Let me take an example. What is happening? Minus is the charge of the electron. So how many number I am putting? 1. So 1 electron. 1 electron. How we get electron? Because it is a negative charge. So 1 electron is more than protons. Okay, va? I again told you, atomic number is, we cannot able to change it. It is fixed. For an atom, atomic number is fixed. We can't able to change the atomic number. So 17 chlorine we get, and this chlorine will have -1. So again the atomic number is 17 only. So +17 -18 only gives this number -1. So this plus means positive proton. So 17 protons are there, 18 electrons are there. one electron is higher than the protons. Hope you will understand how to find the number of electrons. Okay, wow. For an atom, again I am going to say atom is neutral. But this Na is an atom. But Na plus 1 is not an atom. Yes. Because it is not 0, it is plus 1. So it is not an atom. It is represented by the some other name, and that name is called ion. Okay, but you can go it further classes. I can go to explain it to you. So we have to find how many protons are there. So one proton will have plus one charge. This is a fixed one. And the one electron will have minus one. Electron is a negative charge, that is one electron, so we are putting minus one. This is a fixed quantity. And one neutron will have zero charge. This is a fixed one. This is a fixed part. Like the mathematics of formula, you have to understand it. One proton, one plus one. One electron, minus one. One neutron, zero. I hope you all understand it. For if there are, I can give you, if there are two protons are there, that means what? How come the two protons? Very easy. Inside the two proton, how many protons are there? One proton and one proton. We are going to this add. Okay, va. எப்படி 2ங்கிற ஒரு number வந்து, how the 2 number is coming? We are adding 1 plus 1. How the 3 number will come? 1 plus 1 plus 1. I am correct? How the number 11 will come? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are adding the number 1. It is like a very simple maths. So okay, va. So 11 protons will have plus 11 charge. 10 electrons will have minus 10 charge. Very simple. What is the charge of the proton? Positive. So I am putting as plus. What is the number? You have to put it. That's it. It is like a trick you can able to understand. For example, if there are 58 protons are there, okay, what is the charge of the proton? It is positive. You all understand. How many protons are there? 58 protons are there, so I am making it as 58. There are 78 electrons are there. How many electrons are there? 78 electrons are there. What is the charge of the electron? Negative. That's it. So you have to represent this number. For example, if there are 11 protons are there, you have to put what is the charge of the proton? Positive. What is the number? 11, 11. Put the as it is. Here charge, here the charge, here the number. I hope you will understand it. Now, atom is always have the zero charge. Okay, well, for example, 11 protons are there. So, how many electrons you have to find it? Okay, 11 protons. Protons have the positive charge, and the 11 number will get 11. So, plus 1 equal to 0. How to make it as a 0? You will subtract minus 1. I am correct? Subtract with the same number. So this is the proton, this is the number of proton. This negative charge, that means what? Electron. How many electrons will be there? 11 electrons are there. So only 11 protons will have plus 11, 11 electrons will have minus 11. When we add these two, we get 0. Now see the number, they both are same, right? So only I going to say in an atom the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. Okay, va? Now let me give another example. Na plus 1. Here one proton, plus means what? Proton. How many proton? One proton. This one represents the proton. How many protons? One proton is more than electrons. Okay, and the atomic number is fixed. You all know sodium will have 11, so plus 1. So we get 11 protons, and the one proton is more than, that means what? We get 10 electrons. Even you can able to, now in the Na you have to give plus 1. How you can make it as a plus 1? This 11 number is fixed, so we get 11 since it is a proton. So in how many number you have to subtract it? Minus 10 only give plus 1. This plus 1 is a charge. This plus number protons, so 11 protons, 10 electrons are there. I hope I gave you lot of tricks from thing. Now you can understand how to find the number of electrons, how to find the number of, I can give an example, sodium 11 23. I have not represent any plus 1 or less, so you can consider it as an atom. Okay, now 11 Na23. So this number represent the atomic number, which is equal to protons. So 11 protons are there. How to find the neutron? You have to subtract these two. So 12 neutrons are there. Since it is a what ma? Since there is no charge, no plus 1 like that I am not give. So the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. So 11 electrons are there. You can check it. Plus 11 minus 11 equal to 0. Plus is proton, minus is electron. So 11 proton, 11 electrons are there. So in Na 1123, 11 represent atomic number, 23 represent mass number, 11 is the number of protons. Since it is a neutral atom, the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. So 11 proton, 11 electrons, same number. To find the neutron, you have to subtract these two. So 12 neutrons are there, because the 23 minus 11 gives 12. Now you can find how to find the proton, how to find the electron in a very easy manner, even the neutrons also. Thank you so much.